I'm so glad to see you all after a long, long time. Pujya Bhupendrabhai Pandya is an inspirational speaker, renowned for his spiritual guidance that resonate with modern day lifestyle. He infuses the learning of spiritual scriptures with everyday examples for a thorough understanding and application. Through his teachings, he encourages individuals to dive within themselves and illuminate the darkness of ignorance and self-awareness. He is proficient in Hindi, English, Gujarati, Marathi, and Sanskrit language. Pujyashree Bhai, over here we have problem just to teach any other language apart from English is also so difficult for us, to our kids. We have lots of Gujarati classes, Hindi classes, online classes, and then kids hardly learn, alphabet and how to read. We really worry about them that how would they study scriptures if they're not proficient in any other language apart from English. His guidance has touched modern educated rational and professional youth globally to lead a wholesome, happy, satisfying and meaningful life. We are enjoying his logical and spiritual discourses on Srimad Bhagavat every day in the evening right now. His discourses are being live on YouTube channel named Pujyashree Bhai. Pujyashree Bhai. You can see him live in the evening, and right now also the session must be live. You can ask him any question you have on various topics like Hinduism, religion, how to increase your concentration, how to delay gratification, how to invoke the leadership within, right? How to come out of laziness. Whatever question you have which is related to your day-to-day life, you can ask him without any hesitation. Once he finishes his today's session, there would be a question-answer session and you can ask him anything. So, Jai Sri Krishna everyone. Hope you guys enjoy his session.
Vishwani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasuva Yadbhadaran Tanna Asuva. Jai Shri Krishna everyone. Are we in talking terms? Get up everybody. I don't like this. Get up. Everyone gets up. Yes. Hands up. Sideways. Jump 5 times. Sit down. Good morning. Is that better? And that's how it should be. You are young. You are energetic. You should be bubbling, bouncing. You can't be on, who's here? Why my mom has brought me here? I would have come half an hour later and gone straight for the pizza. All right. Who's going to tell me what brings you here this morning? Yes? Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up. What brings you here this morning? To see me. You saw me? All right. Next. Someone elder to him. What brings you here this morning? Why are you here for? Except for pizza. Yes, beta? Talk to friends. All right. Yes. For meeting. Okay. And yes, beta? To make friends. All right. And what do we do? What do we do by making friends? Yes? Help each other. That's very good, beta. Tell me your name. Sorry? Avya. Avya has a wonderful answer. We come here to make friends, to meet each other, and we meet each other so that we can help each other. That is what we are here for. Right? And by helping each other, we progress, we grow. By helping each other, we learn something new from others. Let me tell you a story. Okay. Do you all like to listen to a story? Yeah, here and there a bit. I want one voice. Yes. Good. There was this king. And king had a practice of sitting in his court every morning. People loved the king. He was very popular. People respected him. And obviously, when people would come and visit the king, they won't come empty-handed. They would bring something or other to offer to the king. King would be assisted by his minister. So whatever people gifted the king would hand over the gift to the minister, and minister would do the needful, whatever use the gift can be put at. This was a daily routine. Once it so happened, a saint came to meet the king in the morning. And like everybody else, the saint stood in the queue, in the lane. The king noticed. The king was very shh. The king noticed that the saint is sitting in the line, standing in the line. So the king respected the saint. He said, "You are a respectable person. You cannot waste your time by standing in the line. Please come forward. What can I do for you?" The saint said, "Nothing. I just came to meet you, king. And while I was coming here, here something for you." And the saint offered a fruit to the king as a gift. The king looked at the fruit and he was surprised because this was a jungly fruit. It was not an eatable fruit. It was a wild fruit. So king was surprised. Why is he? I mean, if you gift fruit, you can gift banana, orange, mango, apple, so that someone can eat. You can't give a wild fruit that nobody can eat it. But then the king thought that, oh, he's a saint, must be passing through the forest and found one, so he gives it to me. Okay. King accepted the fruit from the saint and gave it to the minister. Minister did whatever he wanted to with it. Next morning, the saint again came in the line. The king saw him. King stood up, respected the saint. "Please don't stand in the line. I feel awkward when you stand in the line. I respect you for that." The saint gave the same wild fruit. The king was surprised again. But then he handed over the fruit to the minister. Dear friends, this continued for 10 years. Every morning, the saint would come. He would give the same wild fruit to the king. And then our king was also like programmed. He comes every morning and gives this wild fruit. What am I do with it? He just coolly handed over to the minister. And minister did whatever he wanted to. After 10 years, this one morning, something extraordinary happened. This morning, king sat in the court with his pet monkey. And today, when the saint gave him that wild fruit, instead of giving that fruit to the minister, the king gave it to his pet monkey. And monkey, he can eat the white fruit. So monkey put the fruit in its mouth, tried to chew it, but it could not. And there was a sound, bruk, bruk. The monkey took out the fruit from its mouth, and what was it? Instead of the seed inside, there was such big glittering jewel, precious jewel, shining. Everybody's eyes were surprised. Wow, such a shining jewel. And king immediately looked at the minister as if he was asking, this saint is giving such fruits for 10 years. Where are those fruits? It is so difficult to be a minister to the king because you never know what will the king ask and for what. But this minister was very clever. He said, King, I will tell you where it is. Let's go. The king, the minister, and the saint, all three of them went to the basement of the palace. And there was this door which was closed for 10 years. Basement was empty. So minister thought that let me put these fruits here. For first 5-7 days, he used to open the door, throw the fruit, close the door. But then he said, this saint comes every day and gives this wild fruit. So what's the point in opening and closing door every day? Instead, he made a hole in the door. And from that hole only, he would throw the fruit inside. And door was closed for 10 years, so it was jammed, it was rusted. People were called, the door was forced open. And when the door was opened, initially came the foul smell of rotting fruits. But then, as the sun rays entered, behold, there was a huge heap of this glittering jewels, which were considered to be the seeds of this fruit. The king, when he saw this, he fell at the feet of the saint. And he said, Guruji, what am I to understand from this? The Guruji said, Dear king, this is human life. Dear friends, do you understand the meaning of this? Here in this story, we are the kings. Each one of us are kings. And every morning, a saint, meaning God, gives us a fruit. Do you know which fruit is that? A fruit of a day. Every morning, a new sun rises. A new day is offered to us. And we take it as a wild fruit. Oh, every day the sun rises, every morning we get up, we have our bath, we wear clothes, we brush our teeth. It's the same, every day it's the same. No. And we waste it. As the king used to give it to the minister, we share our day, we give our day to so many people. We waste our time in so many worthless activities. How many of us realize that each day contains a precious jewel? Each moment is so precious. And if we make a very good use of our time, we are going to make it big in life. We will be successful. And as Avya, right? You said? Her name is? Kavya. Avya. Yeah, as Avya said, we will be so powerful, we will be so big, we will be so wise that we will be able to help each other and help each other grow so that we can make a wonderful contribution to A, our own life, B, to our family, C, to the community, D, to the nation, and E, to the world at large. We can make a world a better place to live. And we, at this age, dear friends, don't think that you are young, don't think that you are small. All the big people were small sometime, at some point of time. And they decided at a very young age. Only then they became successful. Correct? Do you have a question or you want to hear some other thing? Does anybody want to ask question? Or I have lot many questions. Then I will ask you questions. And you will have to answer my questions. Such a kid wants to ask a question. The youngest kid in the town. See, the youngest kid wants to ask the question. The kid with white hair. And he represents you all, dear friends.
Yes, I do represent them all. They are my lovely kids, especially Cooper. Yesterday you covered a very good topic, and I think it applies a lot to Bal Vihar. I have been asked this question multiple times. I have answered that in a various different way. But I think that the way you explained it yesterday, that answer was really good, and I would like kids to hear that. The question was, a lot of times we get asked, and I bet a lot of you may have asked, there are so many gods in India. How do you follow a particular god, and why do you not follow the other gods, but you still respect them, right? And
just a minute. Who wants to ask this question? I want this question coming from a young person. Your name? His name?
I have the same question for
Yeah, but first of all, tell me your name, beta. Then why did you need him to come up with a question? You should have come up with it.
Sorry.
Okay, so tell me your name and then ask a question.
Yesha.
Yesha, all right? Yeah,
I have
ask me the question. Frame it in your words and tell me.
Okay. Why we should not
Just keep your mic closer.
Respect to the other gods like Muslim and we like others.
No. First of all, Vipul Bhai said, why do we have so many gods? That's the first part?
That's because of humans, because humans made that.
No.
No,
You want the
because
answer or
I
you want to
have-
tell me the answer?
No, because I have one Indian. I have asked her someone. She said that there is just one God, and we made lot of gods. So that's
Yesha. First question, as Vipul Bhai rightly asked, and which bothers so many of us. Why do we have so many gods? First and foremost, God is always one. There cannot be so many gods. These are different forms of God. These are different expressions of God. The experience is the same. The expressions are many. And each form of God, I will restrict my explanation to the age group that I am addressing to. I will not go deep into the philosophical or Vedantic concept of it, but each God represents, each form of God represents the set of qualities that we need to imbibe. Without taking names of other faiths, we will just say that Sanatan Vedic culture, the Hindu philosophy that we have, is way, way, way above, because it is the most scientific way of training human mind for the well-being of the entire world and not just the set of followers of a particular faith. We are never restricted to a dogmatic approaches that only we are right and others are wrong. We encompass, we include everybody into our fold of compassion, and that is the greatness. Hindus have never gone out to forcibly convert anybody, to impose their ideas on anybody. In fact, we have welcomed everyone into our vast fold and shared our great ideas with them. So, we must uphold that what we have to offer, everybody can accept it for folding hands and improve their lives. A. B. So, we are not opposing anybody, we are including everybody. Correct? Yesha, this, first of all, this should be clear in your mind. Others are opposing people, we are never opposing people. That's one thing. Now, others will say that don't do this, don't do this. Hindus have always accepted everyone. Correct? Now, each form of God is symbolic. To begin with, why do we worship God? When we worship God, it's a wonderful science and psychology. Human mind is absorptive in nature. If I stay with you for a longer time, or if you stay with me for a longer time, if you keep thinking of me, obviously you will adopt my way of life, my ideas, my qualities. Like, people are fan of some sports personalities or film personalities. You know, they keep their photo in their room. And when they keep their photo in their room and they'll keep looking at their photo, subconsciously, slowly, they start imitating them. They will have the hairstyle like that person, their speech will be like that person, their walking style, their dancing will be like that person. Why? Because they idealize that personality. They are fan of the personality. Similarly, the form of God that we have created, we are idealizing. We are idolizing and we are idealizing that form. And that form has a set of qualities. To give you a simple example, in our temple, in the center you will find the idol of, which idol is in the center here in temple, Vedic center? Ganesh ji. Now Ganesh idol has a lot to offer. The very name, Ganapati, in Sanskrit, Gana is a group, Pati is a leader. Ganapati is a group leader. And as you know, if you know basic chants, Ganapati is a remover of obstacles, is a giver of happiness, and a group leader. Everybody wants to be a leader. Even when you are at play, you want to be a team leader. Hey, I want to be a captain. Do what I say. Everyone wants to be a leader, right? But who can be an effective leader? Ganapati teaches you that. Look at the form. Ganapati has a head of an elephant. First thing, a leader should be like an elephant. An elephant is the most intelligent animal in the entire animal kingdom. There are a lot of researches we have done in the forest of Africa, Thailand. Researchers have worked for decades. I have read those books. You know, brain, the gray matter, it's maximum in elephants, even more than human beings. If elephants could speak, probably they would have been ruling the world and we would have been serving for them. But elephants cannot speak. Brain, they have more than us. Gray matter, brain cells, they have more than us. I'll suggest you a book later on, just remind me. I've read that book. American and European zoologists have done so much research on elephants. Elephants live in colony. They have families. Elephants name their babies like we do. They always live in a group. Elephants have their crematorial rights. When someone dies in their group, they actually take care of the dead body unless and until those are totally disintegrated. And they have so much affection towards each other. It's absurd. I mean, I was shocked when I said that elephants have names. We can't make out, but one elephant calling the other, they will call by names. And they have precise names. They have various, even they have nomenclature ceremony. As we have a small festival while naming a baby, similarly they have a small festival while naming a baby elephant. Elephants are very intelligent. A leader should be an intelligent person. A person without brains cannot lead a group. Correct? So Ganapati, having an elephant head, first thing, leader should be intelligent. Secondly, being an elephant, Ganeshji has very tiny eyes. These tiny eyes symbolize foresight. Can he, please? Yeah. Tiny eyes is foresight. Yesha, you are sitting here and I tell you to read something on my mobile phone screen. From there, what would you do? You will try like, correct? You make your eyes tiny. Let me try and read. To read something distant, foresight, you need tiny eyes. A leader should have a vision, foresight. He should be able to see what is far in the future. Those who change with time get averaged out. And most people, they just change. Oh, this is the fashion. Today is this trending. This is an in thing today. They are all average people. A leader always looks in the future. What's going to happen 2 years down the line? What's going to happen 5 years down the line? A successful businessman. Suppose today, some product, this purse, I'll show your purse. Suppose this purse is in trend today, it's selling today. If I want to be a successful businessman, will I establish factory for this purse today? It will take me at least 6 months to set up the factory and start the production. By the time my product is in the market, it will be out of fashion. I can't be successful. If I want to be successful, what I have to do? I have to create the trend that in the summer of 25, I want to sell this stuff. So I will prepare my team, create this stuff, create the modeling program, market it in the winter of 24 or winter of 25, so that summer fashion 25, only then this will be successful. A leader has to plan in advance. If you have an exam 3 days later and start searching for book today, would you be successful? What program you want to take in the university, 2 years down the line, what credits you need to take, what you need to study, what should be your preparation. Such people get successful. So foresight, tiny eyes. Ganeshji has 2 ears. And those ears are like elephant. In Gujarati it is called supdu. And there is no English word for it. Vipulbhai can help me probably. What does supdu do? It cleans the grain. When in ancient India, they used to supda thi amam kare. So the dust particle will go out and good grains will remain inside. Ears should be like supdu. When you become leader of the society, various people come and tell you various things. Even at this stage, when you meet people, when you talk to them, each person tells you different thing. Hey, Isha, it is this. Oh, Avya, it is this. Gira, it is this. Vipul, it is this. Avni, it is this. Now you hear so many things. Your ears should be like cleaning instrument. Whatever dirt, whatever unnecessary thing should go out right at the ear level. And only good stuff, only helpful stuff, only creative stuff should go inside. Otherwise, what's the problem? We meet people for an hour, hear different things, and next 3 hours we keep thinking, why did that person say it so? Why did this person say so? Why did he tell this? Oh, he didn't tell me well. He didn't speak good about that person. Why do you want this dirt in your mind? It should go out. And whatever is good goes in. And have you seen Ganeshji's belly? It is such a big belly, such a big stomach. This big stomach is a data bank. Information storage. We are living in an age of information. The more informed you are, the more successful you are. Knowledge. Correct? Also, Ganeshji has 2 teeth. And if you observe carefully, if you have not yet observed, after this session, go in the temple and watch Ganeshji standing very close by. You will observe one tooth is broken and other is complete. How many of you observed this? That Ganeshji's one tooth is broken. Have you observed this, Yesha? Good. You have also observed this? Good. Tell me your name, beta. Arav. Arav. Good. This is a very good observation. Have you ever asked Arav why this one tooth is broken of Ganeshji? Is it because he eats too many chocolates? Yes? The broken tooths of Ganeshji symbolizes intellect. Dear friends, intellect is always limited. No matter how clever we think ourselves to be, intellect is going to be limited. Intellect cannot be all pervading. To give you an example, a gold medalist, first class, first doctor, bound to be an intelligent person, but his intellect is limited to the medical profession. An intelligent doctor, when he wants to build a home, his medical intellect will not be helpful. He will have to consult an architect, an engineer. A top university topper architect, extremely intelligent person. But when he wants to keep his accounts, he will have to consult a CPA. Right? So we cannot claim that my intellect is everything, I know everything. No, intellect is always limited. Then how we can be successful? What makes us successful? What makes us leader? Because when you are leading a society, there will be different people coming from different field, coming from different background with their level of intelligence. What makes us successful? The full tooth symbolizes faith. When we are doing something good for the society, for the community, for the nation, for the world, and if we have faith, if we have belief that what I am doing is right and I am going to make it happen, that faith makes it successful. Intellect will be limited. Sometimes even when we begin a project, people will oppose us. Hey, what are you doing? This is not practical. But if we have faith in our mission, we will be successful. To give you an example, let me ask you a question, general knowledge. Do you guys know who found aeroplanes? Who invented aeroplanes? Yes, the Wright brothers. And you know where are they located? You don't know. Louder. North Carolina? They are not so close. Go upwards. Little bit upwards, northwards. Yes? No. You did go northwards, but it was not Virginia, yeah? Uh-oh. It was Iowa. If you have visited the state of Iowa, their car registration plates read the aviation state. By the grace of God, I will travel the world over, so I know the aviation state. Wright brothers, you said correctly, they were in Iowa. Now these are two brothers. They saw birds flying, like all of us. But then these Wright brothers thought, if birds can fly, why can't human beings fly? Let's do something that we can make human beings fly. So what did they do? They observed birds. And they saw, how do birds fly? With wings. So they created wings out of cardboard or paper. And they tied those wings to their hands and jumped from trees, fell down, broke their legs, had plasters. People laughed at them, mocked at them. What are you doing? Is it possible? We are not birds. We are human beings. How can we fly? This is not possible. But these Wright brothers had faith that no, we will make it happen. In spite of people's mockery, in spite of people's discouragement, in spite of being hurt, in spite of incurring financial losses, in spite of all the odds, they had such deep faith in that dream that we will make it happen. And today, it is a reality. At any given moment, thousands of human beings are flying in the sky. Credit goes to Wright brothers, their faith. So many things in the world, dear friends. Have you traveled in train which passes through a tunnel? How many of you have traveled in train which passes through a mountain tunnel? Raise your hands. Don't look at others. If you have traveled, just raise your hands. Good. Now this itself is such a big thing, you know. Somebody would have planned the tracks for train, and suddenly, lo, there's a mountain. What to do? If the train goes up and down the mountain, it takes so much of time, so much of energy, it's so risky. Somebody must have thought, how would it be? Because this is a mountain, so there must be some end to it. What if I go through the mountain? It was impossible. How can you go through the mountain? And this person must have started planning, digging the tunnel. People would have laughed at him. Do you know which side you will open to? Here you are digging your tunnel, but which side are you going to go there? He must have applied his brain with lot of faith. And today, world over on railway tracks, there are so many mountains and there are so many tunnels, and we are traveling through it. Somebody, somewhere, decades ago, had deep faith that this is achievable. This is what makes a person successful. So full tooth of Ganeshji symbolizes faith in what we are doing. Ganeshji has a tusk. Correct? And do you know how wonderful this tusk is? Have you seen elephant closely? How many of you have seen elephant closely? In India, especially in South India, if you visit temples, you will find elephants standing out of the temple, on the gate of the temple. And people offer money. There is a Mahavat sitting, the caretaker sitting up on that elephant. And even if you give a small coin like a quarter or a dollar coin, a rupee coin, elephant will take it from your hand, and thus he gives it so gracefully it will do, and hand it over to the master. It can pick up even a nickel, a dime, a quarter, a pin, yes. With this tusk, an elephant can pick up a small pin. At the same time, I have seen in the forest huge trees. When they fall, what do elephants do? They lift it with their tusks and put it in the river. The tusk is capable to lift even a small pin, and it has energy to lift even the toughest of the heaviest of the weight. This shows the range of capacity. A leader should have a vast capacity to perform. Employees, average people, they are limited to their desk work. I am going to work 9 to 5. This is my profile. This is what I will do. This is what I cannot do. It's beyond me. I am not paid for it. I am not trained for it. But the owner, the leader, he cannot say, I cannot do this. He has to do everything. Owner, when he comes in the morning, he may have to clean his office. Though he is the boss, he is a multi-millionaire person. He should not be ashamed of cleaning his office. At the same time, he is capable enough to hold discussions for multi-million business projects with officers and representatives from multinational companies. The range is so big. So the person who says, oh, I cannot do this, this is too small for me, this is too big for me, cannot be leaders. Leader, no work is small for him or her, and no work is big for her. They can do everything, the range is wide. This is what Ganeshji teaches. Now these are just few of them. Ganeshji has a vehicle. You know which vehicle Ganeshji has? Which animal do you see in front of Ganeshji all the time? A mouse. That is also symbolic. Mouse goes everywhere. A leader should have the information of everything. Their messengers should be traveling everywhere. Only what's happening in the society, the leader must know. Also, do you see, on one side you will see a mouse, on the other side there is laddus, sweets. Have you ever seen, if you have sweets in front of you, the mouse is going to sit silent. The mouse is so attracted towards this sweet, but in front of Ganeshji, the mouse is sitting silently. This should be the command of a leader. No attractions. People should be in control. People should be in discipline in front of a leader. There are so many things, dear friends, and now this is just one form of God. Similarly, we have qualities of Bhagavan Ram. Similarly, we have qualities of Bhagavan Krishna. And qualities of Bhagavan Krishna, we are discussing in the evening session, as Avni Ben told you. We are having Srimad Bhagavad Katha in the evening. So what Krishna has to teach us? Yesterday we celebrated birth of Sri Krishna. We all danced and we all had a wonderful time. We celebrated the birth of Sri Krishna. Bhagavan Shankar has qualities to offer. Ma Bhagavati Jagadamba Mataji has qualities to offer. Everything. So this is how rich our religion is, Beta Yesha. Correct? And this is why we have various, in Sanskrit it is said, try to remember this verse. It says, Devo Bhutva Yajet Devam. When we worship Deva, when we worship a God, we try to be like the God. We try to imbibe those qualities. We want to evolve ourselves. And that is how we grow in life. Correct? It was great talking to you guys this Sunday morning. Pizza is waiting for you. But before pizza, do you want to ask any question? A good, meaningful question. Oh, guy, you haven't had your sleep this afternoon. What were you doing? Watching games? I love your honesty. Yes, beta. You stand up, beta. No, I'm telling her. Stand on the chair so that everybody can see you and scream your name first. Scream. Pari, oh, that was your screaming? Okay. Yeah, beta. Go me. Tell me your answer. Question.
How many gods are there?
How many gods are there? How many you want? Pari, beta. Well, there are some numbers, 33 crores or this crores and 33, and let's not go into that. The point is how many qualities we want to imbibe. And we should fix the goal of our life. And after fixing the goal, we should take one form that this is my ideal, this is my hero, and we should progress on that. As coming to your question, Isha, again, that one is Ishtadev, and then you respect all other gods, you respect other qualities also, but your goal is one. Correct? People, why? You may conclude now. Concluding.
Thank you so much, Guruji. It was a wonderful session. We learned a lot. I do like the fact that how you described Ganeshji. It's not to the depth and the length of discussion that I would have praised Ganeshji this far as much as you did. So thank you so much. Yesterday, we were attending the session and Guruji had said something really, really interesting that got my attention. To the question, Guruji answered it very, very wisely, and just so that all of us can understand, right? One of the things you said was, if you are able to get something from someone, but in return, if you are not able to give that person back, that is God to us, because we couldn't thank them enough. Cow gives us milk. We drink milk. We call her mother animal. What do we do in return to give back to the cow? Probably not much. They gaze the fields on their own. Farmers do own them. I won't go into the cruel side of it, but let's look from the holy side, the Indian side of it, right? We get milk from cow. That's why we treat cow as our mother animal. Is this something that a person who doesn't understand this concept would know the meaning of why we treat cow as our mother animal? They would ask us this question: hey, why do you pray cow? That's the reason. They give us something that we could not give them back enough. That's why cow is Lord to us. Sun, like you said yesterday, you gave a beautiful example of sun. Every morning we get up, we wake up, we just take it for granted, right? Sun comes up in the morning, sun gives us the light, sun is the reason for our existence, for our life. What do we do in return? At least what we can do is become environment friendly and do something good about it, right? But that's why we praise sun. That's why sun is our Lord. These are the concepts I learned yesterday, in addition to how I have been teaching all the kids when these questions get asked to me and other teachers within Balvihar, right? These are the things we touch, and I am so happy that Guruji is here. He gave us a new idea. He gave us an amazing explanation of Lord Ganesha. Yesha, partially I think your question was answered, right? And we can talk more about it during Balvihar session. If you happen to come, absolutely consult me, Hemen Bhai, Achyut Uncle. He's our guru here locally. I'm not sure. Have you met Achyut Uncle? Achyut Vadutkar?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yes, that is true. And Achyut Uncle knows you really well too. It's unfortunate he's not feeling well, so he couldn't be here today. But again, thank you so much. I appreciate the time you spent with us. Thank you so much.